Hi, welcome to this course. Now in this course, we are building a chatbot using Flask and OpenAI. Right in front of your screen, you can see Microsoft Visual Studio, which is going to be our coding playground for this course. Now, before we do anything exciting, we need a solid foundation so that we know what we are doing and we won't assume anything and we won't skip any steps. So this is the Visual Studio Code, and VS Code is just an editor. It doesn't magically know about Python or Flask, so we have to set everything up explicitly. Now, I am creating a file inside this folder, which I already created. It's known as Chatbot. You can also create a folder by right-clicking and just clicking on New Folder. So I've already created this folder, and this folder will contain everything for our project. Now, keeping everything inside one folder avoids confusion later on. So what we're going to do is that we're going to open the terminal inside the VS Code. So right here, this is the terminal, and over here you can see that there is a PowerShell as well, and we have to go on this area. You can find the terminal right here on the left side where it says no problems at the moment for me, but this is the terminal right now. So before installing Flask, we need a virtual environment because a virtual environment is an isolated Python setup for one project. Now, if you haven't installed Python and if you don't know how to install Microsoft Visual Studio, you will find all that information in the notes. So I haven't covered it in the video because that gets very longer and takes our attention from the real problem. So let's go to the terminal and type Python, assuming that you have already installed Python, and say -m and say VENVE, virtual environment, and again type VENV and then enter. It says that we noticed a new environment has been created. Do you want to select it for the workspace folder? Say yes. So this creates a new folder which is known as VENV, virtual environment. Now nothing is installed yet. This just creates a clean environment at the moment. And now it is very important for us to activate the virtual environment so that we just work inside this virtual environment. So what we're going to do is that we're going to copy a command. So what Microsoft Visual Studio did was that it actually recommended us to install PowerShell by Microsoft. And the moment we did it, we were entered automatically in a virtual environment. You can see that this is a sign which says that we are inside the virtual environment. Now, whatever code we'll write from here. So we'll use this PowerShell and kill this terminal right here. Now it's time for us to install Flask. So I'm just going to say pip install Flask. So you can see that the terminal has started installing Flask. We have to wait for a few seconds. And now it is taking a little bit more time, but we are done. So no errors means that Flask is installed inside this project only, which is right here. Now the next step is to make sure that VS Code is using the correct Python interpreter. So in order to know that which Python interpreter we are using, we're going to tap on Control plus Shift plus V. So over here, we are going to write Python, and then we're going to say select interpreter. And what we're going to do is that we're going to select the VENV environment that we have just created. So we're going to select this. Next, we are going to create the app.py file, which is our main Python file, and all the applications of Flask will be started from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and create new file and give it a name of app.py. There we go. So app.py is generated. You can name your file anything that you want, but I have specifically named it according to the standards. I've named it app.py. Next, it's time for me to import Flask. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say from Flask import capital F Flask, comma render underscore template. So as you can see that it's auto filling for me. I don't have to do anything because Flask is already installed through pip. Now this line will only work because Python is installed and virtual environment is active, and Flask again was installed with pip. So all the check marks are there. Now we are going to create our first Flask app object. So what we're going to do is that we're going to say app is equals to, app could be the name of your app. I'm giving it a name of app. So you can name it anything you want, but again, by the standards, better to give it a name of app. Flask, parenthesis, and then name, again, autofilling for me, so I don't have to type the whole thing. So Flask with a capital F and then double underscore and name, keep the format as it is. Now this line creates our web application, and think of app as the website itself. Now, the next step is to create the templates folder. Now, Flask follows conventions. If we want Flask to show HTML pages, then they must go inside a folder called templates. That's the only language or the only way Flask understands. So what we're going to do is that inside the chatbot folder, I'm going to create a new folder and give it a name of templates. Remember, there should not be any spelling mistakes. Templates. And inside the templates, I'm going to create a file known as index.html. This file will be our first web page, and I'm going to add simple HTML inside index.html, and we're going to connect this particular index.html page inside our app.py file, which is the website itself. So I'm going to show you how, but let's just write some code for some natural code for doc type HTML. So that's it. That's our plain HTML. Now Flask does not change it. Flask just sends it to the browser. That's what Flask does. So now let's just introduce a root in order for us to know that the template is very much there and it exists. So right now we have a page. All we need to do is we just need to tell Flask when to show it. So we're going to go back to our app.py file, and over here we are going to create what? We are going to create a root. So at app dot define a root, which is root, and then inside that root I'm going to create a /, which means that this is the main home page. Define the function, and it should be index. There we go. And now I want to return the template and render the template as we introduce render template, return render template as what? I want the render template in this function, index function, to be returned to me as index.html. So the very index.html file that we created, I want the render template to show me that file. So now when someone visits, or when Flask runs the index function, then it returns the index.html page. So it's time for us to run the app. So how are we going to do that? We're going to say if name that we created is equals to main, again double underscores, then app.run, and debug should be equals to true. There we go. So that's it. Now let's just run the code, and this is going to start the local server for Flask, and it's also going to tell us the address as well. So it says that it's running on HTTP 127, and this is the address. So we're just going to click and Control+click, follow link. There we go. So it says welcome to Chatbot. This page is being created with Flask. So right now you see what is happening, that we were able to connect Flask and run it in the Python environment, and as well as we connected the index.html file with the app.py file, which was our main Python file. So this is where we are going to add the input box for our chatbot as well. Now this page proves that Flask is installed correctly, templates are working, roots are working. So this is the foundation of everything else that we have built so far. Now, a quick recap of everything that we have done. We have created a virtual environment, which is an isolated Python environment, means that it is not going to create problems with other Python files sitting on your computer. And then we installed Flask, which actually made Flask available on our Microsoft Visual Studio. And then we created an app which was known as app.py, which actually controls the whole behavior of what our app is going to do or look like. And index.html file, which was sitting inside the, it's still sitting inside the templates folder. It controls the appearance of how the information is going to look like or what is written. And root is basically this right here. It decides which page to show. So right now we only picked the home page, which was the index.html. So that's the home page that we saw on this address right here. Perfect. So I'm just going to zoom it a little bit. So no magic, just simple steps that we followed.